this is what I'm talking about. I got the MacBook, the touchscreen, 3 monitors. This is the perfect portable desk setup. And really, I need all of this. You need the right gear to be productive. I need all of this gear, right? I need all of this, right? I have a confession to make. I make these videos about my desk and my home office and all of the gear that I use to get work done, and yet somehow I don't have a travel setup. I mean, I travel, and sure I have a laptop, but I don't have a real desk setup that I can take on the go. Every time I take a trip, it's total chaos in my backpack. I throw in all of the gear I can possibly fit in my bag, and in that rush, I often forget to pack the essentials. One time, fairly recently, I packed both a Nintendo Switch and a Steam Deck, but forgot my toothbrush. This is not good. But today, I'm going to change that. I'm going to try and create the perfect portable desk setup, so that way I can bring a little piece of my home office experience with me whenever I travel. So let's start with the laptop. This is an M1 MacBook Air that I've had for years. But the first thing I'd like to improve about using this laptop is the ergonomics. So I've added a simple laptop stand. Now I can raise my laptop up off the desk so the screen is in a comfortable position and the stand collapses down so I can toss it in my bag when I'm done. Now this is a much more comfortable height for my MacBook, but now I've created a new problem. The mouse and keyboard are no longer accessible, so I'm going to need some more gear. So for my travel mouse, I'm going with the Magic Mouse 2, which has been modified with this case that makes the Magic Mouse more comfortable and adds wireless charging. If you want to know more about this thing, just check my last video. I went on a journey trying to improve the Magic Mouse. It was quite the battle. And for the keyboard, I'm going with the Newfie Air 75. Now this is a very popular keyboard for a reason. It's slim enough to fit easily in any backpack, and yet the typing experience is still mechanical. It's precise and satisfying to use. So now my laptop is in a much more ergonomic position, and I've added some nice peripherals to go with it. But I could use a few more pixels, so I'm adding an external monitor to the setup. This is a 17-inch HD computer monitor, but it's razor thin and super lightweight, making it easy to throw in a backpack. And this monitor came with a nice screen protector that doubles as a stand. Now that's fine if you want to place this monitor on a table, but much like the laptop, I want to raise this portable monitor off the table and put it in a more ergonomic position. To do this, I picked up a portable tablet stand. This can raise the portable monitor up to a much more comfortable height, and then the stand folds up for easy storage in my backpack. Again, this is a very simple accessory, but it makes a huge difference in making this feel like a real home office desk setup. And after trying a few screen layouts, I've decided that I actually prefer using this portable monitor in portrait mode. It just feels like the most natural extension to my laptop display. You know what? At this point, I think this is a pretty respectable travel setup, but something was off. Normally, I'm cool with using monitors that are different sizes, but with the travel setup, the screen layout is so asymmetrical that it's affecting my brain. It feels like I'm using a computer monitor shaped like that one block from Tetris. The bottom right side where the MacBook keyboard and trackpad is just wasted space. And so I thought, why not cover this useless keyboard with more screen? But before I can add a third display to my setup, I've got to get ready. I've got a big road trip coming up, and when you're on the road, well, the Wi-Fi can get a bit sketchy. Whenever I travel, I try to be careful when I open websites like my bank account in public. You never know who could be sneaking a peek over your shoulder.
Hey.
But you also need to trust your internet connection, and using public Wi-Fi feels like I'm taking a chance with my personal data. But there is a better way to connect when you're traveling, which is why I'm happy to tell you about the sponsor of today's video, Surfshark VPN. Surfshark keeps your personal information secure by providing end-to-end encryption. That means your data is protected whenever you connect to public Wi-Fi. With Surfshark, you don't need to worry about fake hotspots or attackers silently collecting your personal details on an unsafe connection. With Surfshark, setup is easy, and it's available on all of the devices that I travel with. I even use Surfshark at home. I've installed the app on all of my smart TVs, and now I don't have to worry about blackouts when watching sports. I can change my TV's location and watch any game I want. And with their Black Friday deal, you can get 6 additional months free when you use my code or click the link in the description. So thank you to Surfshark VPN for helping me keep my data secure when I travel and for sponsoring today's video. So I want to add a third monitor monitor to my portable desk setup, but I've run into a wall. A modern, sleek, space gray wall. It turns out Apple put a limit on this laptop. You see, with a base model M1 MacBook Air, you can only connect to one external monitor at a time. Oh, and this isn't like an M1 thing either. Apple just announced their M3 chips last week, and sure enough, the base model M3 MacBook Pro only supports one monitor at a time. I'm a big fan of Apple Silicon, but that's kind of crazy. Then I realized the answer to this problem was right in front of me, like literally right in front of me. At my main desk setup at home, I use a Windows PC, but on the desk is a 9-inch Android tablet, and I can use this tablet as an extra monitor by connecting to my PC wirelessly. Which brings us the solution to my Tetris block problem, the iPad. Yes, it seems the best way to get around Apple's limit of only using one external display is to go even deeper into the Apple ecosystem and pair your MacBook with an iPad. I keep trying to get out and they keep pulling me back in. And this works thanks to a feature called Sidecar, which allows me to connect the iPad to the MacBook and yes, use it as a third display. Okay, so the iPad just happens to be the perfect size to sit on top of this keyboard. It covers all of the keys but doesn't block the MacBook speakers. Like, it's almost too perfect. It also doesn't bump the keys when it's sitting here, but this is not a problem because you can lock the keyboard whenever it's in this position. And now, my friends, we have a desk setup, a real travel setup with an ergonomic layout, a mechanical keyboard, 3 displays, one of which is a touchscreen, and the best part about this setup, it's all battery powered. So I should be able to use this setup anywhere. So let's try that. So how did my portable travel desk setup perform out in the real world? I think the best part is the screen layout. Stacked landscape monitors on the right with a portrait monitor on the left is just great for productivity. And the fact that this screen layout fits in my backpack is amazing. The battery life was about what I expected. At the end of each day, the iPad had plenty of battery because it was being used as a simple monitor. On the other hand, the MacBook battery was going from full to empty in less than a day. This is likely because I was doing some pretty intense tasks like editing photos and audio while using the MacBook's battery to power that portable monitor. Overall, this setup was great for being productive away from home, but it's also kind of ridiculous. This is a lot of gear to carry in a backpack. It fits, but it's heavy, and there's a lot to pack and unpack everywhere I go. So maybe I don't need all of this. Maybe I don't need a Swiss Army desk setup that can go anywhere and do anything. Maybe I need to do a better job of planning ahead. That's right, folks, I got 2 backpacks. But seriously, there is a strategy here. The first bag is for my light setup. It's for day trips or weekend trips. Inside is my iPad, an Apple Pencil, my AirPods, and a charger. And that's it. Bag number 2 holds my productivity setup. Inside is my MacBook, the portable monitor, a 1TB SSD for video editing, and my Sony XM5 headphones. And if I know I'll be doing a lot of writing on a trip, I'll throw in my slim mechanical keyboard, but it no longer lives in my backpack. The idea with this setup is, of course, to get work done on the road, but without killing my back in the process. So I guess I failed to create the perfect portable desk setup, but I think that's okay. I'm feeling more organized, and now I have a system that gives me a good chance at always having the gear I need when I travel. Let's just hope I don't forget any more essentials.